people, as you've heard me say about 1,000 times. So the job of government is to open the doors to the people, to keep them healthy and keep them safe, and have places for them to get educated. And if we do that, then South Carolina will continue to prosper. So with those goals in mind, I have some of the high points of the budget that I've submitted. You remember Governor Campbell started doing this years ago, submitting an executive budget, and we've been doing it since then. So our economy is booming. Again, this year we have a budget surplus of $2.7 billion, and we have I can't remember what the whole budget is, 12, 14 billion, something like that, not counting the federal funds coming in. But that's a lot of money, and that's because we're doing our jobs well, and we're growing, and we're doing the right things. Since 2017, we've announced over $53.7 billion in new capital investment in our state, which is, I think, 26th in population and 40th in geographical size. So we're doing very well, and that investment has produced over 100,000 new jobs when they came in, not to mention those from other suppliers and others in the periphery of those large investments. According to the Bureau of Economic Analysis, South Carolina recorded the highest economic growth of any state in the nation for the first quarter of 2025. Again, for the third year, we're second best for doing business. In 2025, we announced over $8.9 billion in new capital investment and more than 7,300 new jobs, and that's in rural and urban South Carolina, which is good because there's some of the rural areas where one big investment can make an enormous difference. So there are many reasons why we're continuing to have success, and some of them are that our state government is in superior fiscal shape. We're conservative, we have good laws, and we are very business friendly. We know that our business is business in South Carolina, because without jobs, without funds, then we can't provide all the other services. The state's income tax rate is shrinking every year, but our population is continuing to grow. So investments in education, public safety, and workforce training are paying off. The things we've been doing for years are working, and the evidence is there in this fantastic, beautiful growth. We are leading the country in preserving and protecting our lands, natural resources, and cultural heritage for future generations. And our infrastructure and energy demands are being met with planning, foresight, and commitment. So we're being careful, we're looking ahead, and we're being smart. We know that our future prosperity requires that we not stick where we are, but that we are constantly looking for new ways to meet the new challenges and to prove our efforts in creating the right place for our people to live, work, and raise families. So some of the highlights, I'll go over them, and then I'll answer your questions. With roads and bridges, there are almost $7 billion in active projects underway right now across the state. In 2017, when I arrived, there were $2.7 billion working out there. So 4 years worth of state budget appropriations have paid off. But we got a lot more work to do. Nationally and here in South Carolina, inflationary construction and labor cost increases threaten to cripple all of that. You may have seen the figures, how some of the estimates for building these roads have gone up about 50% in just a few years. So in this budget, I'm asking the General Assembly to direct $1.1 billion of this new surplus money to keep current and future construction projects moving and on schedule. And there are a lot of them out there. U-Haul says that South Carolina is the #1 destination for their moving trucks and vans. That means everybody wants to be here, it sounds like.